martial law. Nicole Wallace thinks that's a good idea. Dean Cain is an actor. Joins us tonight. You know, Dean, you've been here all your life. Obviously, you're a famous actor. If I were running the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, I would call Rosie O'Donnell and say, pull back a little. Martial law, really? You're embarrassing us.
Yeah, well, I mean, that thing was a joke she said about sending the military over to get him out of the White House.
Yeah.
It was a joke, a thinly veiled joke. But when she did say, you know, she tweeted martial law, you know, impose martial law until we're sure the Russians had nothing to do, that was insane. I mean, that's a coup.
Well,
that's
it is insane.
It's crazy.
So but don't other people in her world say, look, Rosie, I get it, you don't like Trump, you're a liberal, okay, fine. But you're discrediting yourself and the rest of us by acting like a mental patient on TV. Don't do that.
Well, that sounds entirely reasonable, Tucker. Why would something like that happen?
No, I guess that's right.
Completely reasonable. No, you know, I know Rosie. I knew her back on our show back in the day, and we were very friendly and wonderful. I don't know that she would talk to me now, but I disagree with her.
Yeah.
And I would be happy to sit across from her and say, I disagree. And even on that show, all they did was laugh, and they're all on the same side. Why didn't anybody offer a dissenting opinion and say, well, that doesn't make any sense?
Yeah, why don't Nicole Wallace say, really, martial law?
I mean, because that
seems a little, I mean, like, you know. So how often do you hear stuff like that here at dinner?
Monday through Sunday.
Monday through Sunday.
Occasionally, I just won't go to dinner, so I'll miss it that night.
So it's ubiquitous.
It's constant, and on every film set, I hear it all the time. But here's the funny thing: I'll hear it from some of the actors, but then we'll go through and we're shooting something, and you know, the grip will give me a little bump, like, hey, I'm with you. I know.
So that's such an interesting point, and I've noticed this exact thing. How different are the political views of the crews, the sometimes unionized wage-earning crews, from those of the celebrities working on the set?
I would say they're diametrically opposed. That's been my experience, and I've only been doing this for about 40 years. So,
so don't the actors at some point say, I'm supposed to be on the side of the average person, the underdog. I'm surrounded by underdogs, people making 100th of what I make, but I hate them for their views? Is there any dissonance?
No, they don't hear that at all, because actors are, you know, all we hear is what we want to hear most of the time. I'm putting myself in that camp because I am an actor, but I'm a Princeton-educated kid. I travel the world. I do things that I think have some substance in them. I talk to world leaders. I'm in bad places. But a lot of these people, you know, you're coddled as an actor. So, and you're told, you know, oh, you're so great all the time that people start to believe it, and they start to believe that their opinion means more than the guy who's, clapping the
I mean, if you're making $10 million a year and denouncing your cameraman as immoral, maybe you would get some self-awareness.
Or at least, you know, out of focus.
Yeah, exactly. Out of focus. Dean Cain, great to see you.
Tucker, always a pleasure, sir.
That is it for us for tonight and for the week. We'll be back on Monday, the show that is the sworn and cheerful